You were raised to be harmless. While you learned to share, apologize, and play fair, someone else learned to take, manipulate, and win. And now they have everything you were promised: the career, the respect, the influence, the power. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Nice people don't change the world. They get used by it. Right now, there's a war happening around you. You didn't choose to be in it, but you're losing it every single day. Every time you bite your tongue to keep the peace. Every time you give credit you earn to someone who demanded it. Every time you wait for permission that will never come. The system wants you docile. Society rewards your compliance. But compliance is just another word for slavery. Today, that ends. Today, you learn the rules they never wanted you to know. The 11 ruthless principles that separate the powerful from the powerless, the lions from the sheep, the architects from the pawns. This isn't about becoming cruel. It's about becoming competent in a world that punishes weakness and rewards strength. Before we begin this transformation, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to learn will make you dangerous, and dangerous people don't stay hidden for long. 3 years ago, I had a friend named Smith. Brilliant guy. Hardest worker in the room. He'd stay late, help everyone, volunteer for projects others avoided. He believed merit mattered. He thought doing good work was enough. Then promotion season came. The position went to Derek. Derek worked half the hours Smith did. Derek took credit for team wins and deflected blame for failures. Derek played golf with executives while Smith optimized spreadsheets. I watched Smith break that day. Not visibly, but something inside him shattered. He came to me confused, angry, betrayed. "I did everything right," he said. "Why am I still here?" I told him the truth he didn't want to hear. "Because you played by rules that don't exist." That conversation changed him. 6 months later, Smith transformed. He stopped volunteering his time to people who drained him. He started speaking up in meetings, claiming his ideas before others could. He built relationships with decision makers instead of hoping his work would speak for itself. A year after that, Smith became Derek's boss. Wasn't about becoming fake or dishonest. It was about understanding reality instead of fantasy. About operating in the world as it is, not as he wished it to be. If you see yourself in the old Smith, keep watching. You're about to wake up. 500 years ago, a Florentine diplomat named Niccolo Machiavelli wrote something that got him exiled, banned, and condemned by every moral authority of his time. He wrote the truth. In a world of princes and politicians who preached virtue while practicing vice, Machiavelli committed the ultimate sin. He revealed how power actually works. Not how priests said it should work, not how philosophers wished it worked, but how it functioned in brutal, undeniable reality. His insights were simple. Humans are driven by self-interest. Fear is more reliable than love. Appearing moral matters more than being moral. Those who understand these truths rule. Those who deny them serve. The powerful condemned his work publicly while studying it privately. They called him evil while applying his principles. They banned his book while building empires on his wisdom. Why? Because Machiavelli gave the game away. He armed the powerless with a knowledge the powerful wanted, kept secret. Today, you inherit that knowledge. 11 ruthless rules. Rule 1, never appear too perfect. Perfection breeds envy. Envy breeds sabotage. Weak people try to be flawless, believing excellence protects them. It doesn't. It paints targets on their backs. Colleagues who smile at you will undermine you the moment your competence makes them feel inadequate. Machiavelli understood that humans resent those who make them feel inferior. Your perfection is their reminder of their mediocrity, and mediocre people destroy what they cannot become. Reveal minor flaws strategically. Make harmless mistakes that humanize you. Let others feel superior in meaningless ways while you dominate in ways that matter. In the office, this means occasionally asking for help on small tasks while executing brilliantly on major projects. At social events, it means sharing a self-deprecating story while subtly demonstrating status. You stop trying to impress everyone and start strategically managing perception. You become unthreatening to those who could harm you and impressive to those who can elevate you. The powerful hide their strength behind approachability. The weak broadcast their competence and wonder why they're attacked. Type this affirmation in the comment. I reveal only what serves my advantage. Rule 2. Keep people dependent on you. Independence is a luxury of the powerful. Dependency is a weapon. Weak people pride themselves on being helpful to everyone. They solve problems completely, leaving nothing for others to need them for. Then they're shocked when they're discarded after being drained. Machiavelli knew that the moment you're no longer useful, you're vulnerable. Your value isn't in what you've done. It's in what only you can do next. You're the only person who understands a critical system at work. Instead of documenting everything and training replacements, you maintain strategic knowledge gaps. You're helpful, but never replaceable. Your expertise becomes your leverage. You stop being a resource to be extracted and become a relationship to be maintained. People don't betray those they need. This isn't about withholding help. It's about ensuring your help creates ongoing value, not one-time transactions. Make yourself necessary, and you'll never be expendable. Type this affirmation in the comment. My value compounds with every interaction. Rule 3. Conceal your intentions. Transparency is a trap sold to the naive. Weak people announce their plans, believing honesty builds trust. It doesn't. It gives competitors roadmaps to block you. Every goal you share becomes a target for sabotage. Machiavelli advised princes to keep their strategies hidden until the moment of execution. Surprise is a force multiplier. Predictability is a death sentence. When you tell your boss you're aiming for their position, you give them time to prevent it. When you tell your colleague about your business idea, you give them time to steal it. When you announce your next move, you invite interference. You become unreadable. You ask questions instead of making statements. You listen more than you speak. You let others reveal their intentions while yours remain shrouded. In negotiations, this means never showing your bottom line. In relationships, it means not declaring feelings until reciprocation is certain. In competition, it means striking when opponents think you're still preparing. The powerful move in silence. The weak announce every step and stumble. Type this affirmation in the comment. My strategy unfolds in shadows until victory emerges in light. Rule 4. Master the art of timing. Action without timing is just chaos. Timing without preparation is just luck. Weak people act impulsively when emotional or wait forever when fearful. They strike too early and waste their shot, or too late and miss their window. Machiavelli observed that fortune favors those who align their nature with the times. The bold succeed when boldness is needed. The cautious prevail when caution serves. But most people can't adjust. They're locked into one mode, effective only when circumstances match their temperament. Real power lies in reading the moment and matching your action to it. This means developing patience that doesn't become paralysis, aggression that doesn't become recklessness. Your company is in crisis. Everyone's panicking. This is when you stay calm, present solutions, and position yourself as the stable force. Alternatively, your industry is booming and everyone's comfortable. This is when you make aggressive moves while competitors are complacent. You stop reacting to your emotions and start responding to conditions. You develop the discipline to wait when waiting serves you and strike when the iron is hot. Timing turns mediocre actions into legendary victories and brilliant plans into catastrophic failures. Type this affirmation in the comment. I move when the world is ready, not when my impulses demand. Rule 5. Create controlled chaos for others. Order benefits those in power. Chaos benefits those who navigate it best. Weak people seek stability and predictability. They want clear rules and fair systems. But those who create the chaos control the outcomes. Machiavelli understood that in confusion, the cunning thrive. When everyone's disoriented, the person with a clear vision dictates direction. This doesn't mean creating destructive chaos. It means introducing strategic uncertainty that keeps others off balance while you remain centered. At work, this might mean changing project parameters to favor your strengths. In social dynamics, it means shifting conversation topics to domains where you have expertise. In negotiations, it means introducing new variables that reframe the entire discussion. You stop being a passenger, accepting whatever environment exists, and become an architect, designing environments that serve you. When others are confused about what's happening, they look for someone confident to follow. Be that person. Create the storm you know how to sail. Type this affirmation in the comment. I am the calm within the chaos I conduct. Rule 6. Never outshine the master. Superiority to those above you is a death warrant. Weak people believe talent will be celebrated by their superiors. Sometimes it is. Often it triggers insecurity, resentment, and sabotage from the very people whose support you need. Machiavelli warned that making your master feel inferior is the fastest way to lose their favor. People in power want to feel powerful. When you diminish that feeling, even unintentionally, you become a threat to be eliminated. You present a brilliant idea in a meeting. Instead of claiming sole credit, you frame it as an extension of your boss's vision. You let them shine while your competence still gets noticed by others who matter. You learn to make others look good as you rise. You credit upward and accept responsibility downward. You let your superiors feel like the source of success while positioning yourself as indispensable to delivering it. This isn't weakness, it's weaponized humility. You rise by making those above you feel secure in your ascent. The powerful elevate their masters until they become masters themselves. Type this affirmation in the comment. I rise by raising others until I need raise no one but myself. Rule 7. Use selective honesty and generosity. Truth is powerful precisely because it's rare. Use it strategically. Weak people are either completely honest or completely deceptive. Both extremes fail. Constant honesty makes you predictable and vulnerable. Constant deception makes you untrustworthy and isolated. Machiavelli advised calculated authenticity. Strategic moments of genuine honesty disarm suspicion and build credibility that serves larger objectives. When you're honest about something that costs you nothing but seems significant, people trust you with everything. When you're generous in small, visible ways, people overlook where you're ruthless in large, hidden ways. You admit a minor mistake before anyone discovers it. This establishes you as honest. Later, when something more serious happens, your reputation for honesty provides cover. You stop treating honesty as a blanket principle and start treating it as a tactical tool. You tell truths that serve you and withhold truths that don't. This isn't about becoming a liar. It's about understanding that not all truths deserve equal expression at all times. The punchline. One honest confession buys 1,000 useful omissions. Type this affirmation in the comment. My words are weapons I deploy with precision. Rule 8. Crush your enemy. Completely mercy toward enemies is cruelty toward yourself. Weak people defeat opponents and then offer friendship, reconciliation, or second chances. They believe magnanimity will inspire gratitude. It doesn't. It inspires resentment and plots for revenge. Machiavelli was clear. If you must strike an enemy, strike so thoroughly they cannot strike back. Half measures create bitter adversaries with nothing to lose. Complete victory creates cautionary tales that prevent future challenges. This doesn't mean physical violence. It means removing someone's ability to harm you. Professionally, this might mean ensuring a rival is transferred, demoted, or exits the organization entirely. Socially, it might mean completely cutting off someone toxic rather than maintaining partial contact. You stop trying to be friends with everyone and accept that some relationships are adversarial. You stop pulling punches and start finishing fights decisively. Leaving enemies wounded but alive gives them time to recover and motivation to destroy you. The powerful eliminate threats. The weak create future problems by showing mercy to those who showed them none. Type this affirmation in the comment. I end conflicts permanently, not temporarily. Rule 9. Enter action with boldness. Hesitation broadcasts weakness. Boldness creates its own authority. Weak people overthink, overprepare, and overanalyze until opportunities vanish. They wait for perfect conditions that never arrive. They mistake caution for wisdom and paralysis for prudence. Machiavelli observed that boldness has power, even when the bold are wrong. Confident action inspires followership. Timidity invites contempt. When you act boldly, even if you fail, people respect the attempt. When you hesitate perpetually, people assume you have nothing worth protecting. Two people want the same promotion. One carefully builds a case over months. The other walks into the executive's office and says, "I'm ready for this role, and here's why." The bold one gets remembered. The hesitant one gets overlooked. You stop waiting for permission and start acting with authority you grant yourself. You stop preparing endlessly and start executing iteratively. Boldness isn't about being reckless. It's about accepting that imperfect action beats perfect inaction. Fortune favors the bold because the timid never show up to be favored. Type this affirmation in the comment. I move with certainty even when the path is unclear. Rule 10. Control the options. People have freedom is an illusion. Smart people control which illusions others experience. Weak people present single proposals and hope for acceptance. Powerful people present multiple options where every choice serves their interests. Machiavelli understood that people need to feel autonomous even when being directed. Give them choices you've designed, and they'll thank you for the freedom while delivering what you wanted. This applies everywhere. In negotiations, present 3 pricing tiers where the middle option is what you actually want. In relationships, suggest activities where you're happy with any outcome. At work, propose solutions to problems where each option advances your agenda differently, but all advance it. You stop asking yes or no questions and start offering curated selections. You stop hoping others choose correctly and start ensuring all choices lead where you need them. People don't resist decisions they feel they made themselves. Give them freedom within your framework. Type this affirmation in the comment. Every path I offer leads to my destination. Rule 11. Learn to use both the fox and the lion. Power requires 2 natures, the cunning of the fox and the courage of the lion. Weak people are one-dimensional. They're either too clever and lack strength, or too strong and lack subtlety. Both fail against those who master both. Machiavelli's most famous insight: a prince must know how to be both beast and human. The lion cannot defend against traps. The fox cannot defend against wolves. Only by combining both natures can you navigate all threats. In practice, this means knowing when to be direct and when to be diplomatic, when to show force and when to use finesse, when to confront and when to maneuver around obstacles. Your colleague undermines you subtly. The lion would confront aggressively and create enemies. The fox would maneuver politically to isolate them. The master does both, uses political skill to build alliances, then strikes decisively when positioned correctly. You develop range. You become fluid between approaches. You match your response to the situation rather than defaulting to your comfort zone. The powerful adapt. The weak repeat. The same approach and wonder why different situations produce the same failures. Type this affirmation in the comment. I am both the force that cannot be stopped and the mind that cannot be trapped. You came here as someone the world trained to lose gracefully. You leave as someone who understands the game well enough to win ruthlessly. These 11 rules aren't suggestions. They're realities operating around you right now, whether you acknowledge them or not. The only question is whether you'll be someone who applies them or someone they're applied to. Machiavelli didn't create these dynamics. He revealed them. Power, influence, and control follow patterns. Those who learn the patterns rise. Those who deny them serve. You now carry dangerous knowledge. What you do with it determines who you become. Will you return to comfortable lies about how the world should work? Or will you operate effectively in the world as it actually works? The choice is yours. But understand this. The moment you saw these truths, you can't unsee them. Ignorance is no longer available to you. Only action or inaction remains. Your transformation has begun. You are no longer harmless. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer playing by rules designed for your defeat. You are awake. You are dangerous. You are ready. Type this affirmation in the comment. I am the architect of my ascent, the master of my fate, and the force that bends reality to my vision. Now go take what's yours.